Hey guys, today we're taking a look at the Springfield XDM Elite and 10mm. This is my first impressions of this handgun. This is not a full review. I was able to get this gun pre-released from Springfield, which is really cool because I'm able to get rounds through it and a general idea of the gun before it is released, so I can post a video for you guys right when it is released to give you guys somewhat of an idea of this is something that you should purchase for yourself. So I'm new to the caliber of 10mm, so I'm really excited to start testing this gun and see what I think of it. Let's just go over this gun really quickly and we'll talk about what I think about the gun itself. So with the sights, you've got some fiber optic sights here. You can get this with or without the optic. This one is about an $800 gun. With the optic, without the optic, you're looking about the $600 range. So depending what you want, if you like the optic or if you want to go with your own optic, you can go with a cheaper one, or if you like this setup how it is, you can just get it just like this for the $800. It does come with the optics cut, which I think most guns are starting to come out with now just because it makes more sense. Most people are usually sending their guns up for optics because optics are really the new sighting system, the most improved sighting system, I think really what people are going for. So I'm glad to see companies like Springfield are really just opting for the optic cut guns and starting out that way without having to let people go and spend extra money and sending their guns off to get it done the way they want it. So they're coming out with the plate system, so I like that. I don't have a ton of experience with this hex optic. I've only shot it with what I've done so far with the gun, so I can't really talk about how good it is or how not so good it is. I will give you guys more of an impression on this optic when I do the full review for this gun. But so far the optic works, it does what it's supposed to. I felt like it was quite accurate and the field of view is pretty nice. I don't really like the fact that there's only one button. I like being able to go up or down, not having to cycle through. But other than that, I will go over more on the durability and things like that after I've actually put more rounds through it. This slide has some simple slide cuts to it, but it makes it easy to be able to manipulate the gun in different ways. I also usually manipulate my gun with the optics, so we'll see how that handles up to me doing that, because I do that a lot of the times to rack my gun. But the barrel is 3.8 inches, really something I can't talk about until I get more rounds through it. I'm just gonna give you guys the specs. I'll probably show you guys some pictures here of the specs on the gun itself so you guys can see that. But it is very short, concealable. The recoil on this really isn't horrible. I really don't have anything else to compare it to for the 10mm. The best way that I can describe the recoil is it's right there in between the 9mm and 45. Not nearly as much as a 45, but it does have more than the 9mm. I think that's kind of the common thing with 10mm, but it doesn't feel wildly snappy in my hand. I still felt like I was in control, but definitely a more felt recoil than I'm used to because usually I'm shooting 9mm. You have ambidextrous slide releases and mag releases, and then you have a rail here for a flashlight, which I think is a necessity, especially for a gun that is built for concealed carry. Now the trigger, I really like this trigger so far. I've shot XDs in the past. I'm not a big fan of XDs in general, not really a big fan of the triggers, but the trigger on this one seems to be really nice. So it's more of a flat face trigger, as you can tell here, a little more flat than it is curved. Once you get that shoe away, you can see how it has that flat. But it seems like a really good trigger for me. I liked it. I was comfortable with the gun. When I was shooting it, I really liked the way this gun felt. I felt like I had a lot of power with this. Just with the recoil, it felt comfortable. I felt like I had a lot of stopping power, but I still felt like I had accuracy. Sometimes when I'm shooting my 45s, I have a compact 1911. I feel like I lose a lot of that accuracy. I don't know what it is. I don't know, maybe it's just all in my head because I'm more of a 9mm person. But with this, I felt like I still had that stopping power, but I still had a lot of control of the gun, which I really liked. The grip, I will say that I wish the grip was a tad longer. As you can see here, my pinky is a little bit squished there. Now you can remove this magwell if you want to, which is something I might look into doing. I like magwells and I like the ease of being able to reload with it, but I almost think the comfort and the grip is better and more important than being able to reload quickly. So I'm probably gonna remove that and try it without it for a little while and see how I like it. But I like that they added it and let you remove it if you want to. It is removable. And what's cool is this comes with 11 round mag, but if you remove the magwell, you can actually put a 15 round mag in this as well. It's gonna obviously make this a little bit longer and a little harder to conceal, but I like having to add 4 more rounds to my gun. Comfort-wise for the grip, it's really nothing spectacular. It feels good in my hand, but it's not like, wow, this is a wildly comfortable gun. The stippling to the texturing on this is fairly simple. It's not wildly aggressive where it hurts after you shoot, but I don't feel like it's the best it can be. I feel like there's a lot of loose spots that are real slippery. I'd rather have something that has a little bit more grip here in these spots, but again, it'll be something after I shoot it for a little bit longer, see if I think it's something that needs done. Maybe I'll send it off to get stippled. Maybe I won't. We'll see how I think about that later down the road. Now that I went over the details of the gun, I'm gonna go out to the range and I'll show you guys the video of my first impressions of shooting this gun. So there's the 10mm. This is a 11 round magazine. It is a chunky little thing. It is a very thick gun, as you can see there. So this would actually be my first time ever shooting 10mm. I've never shot 10mm before. So let's get right to it. Let's just start with a really close one real quick. There we go. Got some power behind it. feel comfortable with it though. Wow. All right, let's go for a 50-yard shot here. Very nice. Let's go for 40. Awesome. This is a super accurate gun. I feel very comfortable with it. The grip, I wish was like just a little bit bigger. I feel like my hand is a little smashed. As you can see, my pinky is just barely hanging off, so I feel like my hand's a little smashed. But other than that, it's a fairly comfortable gun. Got lock back on there. Dig out the other mag here. Let's go ahead and go back to the 50, see if we can't hit that. I shot low. There we go. Go ahead, go from concealment here, and just lost it. And back to the 50. Shot to the left. Shoot, shot to the left again. All right, I can't end like that. Let's go get one more bullet real quick. Back to the 50. So like I said before, this is just a first impressions video. This is not a full review. My full review will have my thoughts of everything a little bit more, a lot more pros and cons in the list, and if I've had any malfunctions, failures, issues with the gun itself. I've only been able to shoot about 50 rounds through this gun. That's why it is a first impressions video. I don't like to give my opinion on stuff until I've shot a lot more, especially even if something goes wrong or I'll mention it, but I want to make sure I've shot this gun enough to be able to give you guys my 100% honest opinion of what I think about it before I go ahead and give you my opinion. So I just wanted to give you guys a first look of the gun so you seen all the details of it, what I'm testing. If you guys have any questions for the full review, go ahead and put those in the comments and I will try to answer those if I can in the full review for you. If not, I will find somebody that can answer those questions for you. If you guys want to help out the channel and the things that I do, there are a couple ways you can do that. Down in the description, there are some discount codes from companies I trust that you can use to save some money, and there's a link to my website from there. You can use other websites like Brownells, Air Precision, Premier Body Armor. Anything you purchase using those links does help out the channel a ton, and I appreciate it a lot. A couple companies that support me in the channel and the things I do here is Howitzer makes some great clothing, and they donate 5% of proceeds to charity, which is one of the coolest things about them, along with the fact that I just love their clothes and wear them everywhere. TA Targets makes some fantastic targets, and you can use code Tactical Advisor to save 10% off on their targets. It's really the only thing that I use at my range, and it's really the only thing I'm going to continue to use because I love the company and the things they stand for. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate Springfield for sending this to me pre-release. I really like it when companies do that because I'm able to get some rounds through this gun, get a video out before it comes out so you guys can see it before you purchase it, which is kind of cool. I can't really give you a ton of information about the gun right when it comes out because I'm not able to get a ton of rounds through it at that time, but it still gives me an ability to show you guys and hopefully help you make a better purchase decision if you want it, or if you maybe want to wait and see what the gun does, especially when you comes out with a new gun, something brand new that you're not sure about. Other than that, guys, thank you so much, and I appreciate you all.